CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Ian is off tonight. 2 First Nations communities in remote Northern Ontario want the province to permanently protect a large stretch of land from any future development. That story from CTV's Angela Gemmell.
Under their own laws, Kitchener-Magoosup, Inanunawug, or KI, and Wapakika First Nations have already protected these 3 million hectares of land. Now they want the province to reciprocate.
Land mass this size, it's to protect it for the future.
The area, 600 kilometers north of Thunder Bay, is 48 times larger than the city of Toronto and includes intact boreal forest, wetlands, clean lakes, and healthy rivers. More than 3/4 of the land is already withdrawn from mining, but the communities say there are some mining developments on the outskirts.
Our wish is these mining companies don't encroach on our withdrawn lands out of respect. This is our government that is declaring these withdrawn lands to be permanent. For those that are on the outskirts of our boundaries, just keep it there.
KI and Wapakika want to have diplomatic talks with the province, but given that the government is currently working quickly to bring the Ring of Fire mining development to fruition, the communities say they're not sure if the province is interested in conservation efforts in far northern Ontario.
Both governments sit down with us and iron out the details, how we want to protect our homeland and also the way we want to protect it.
It's important that they come up and start this dialogue. But I want to make it clear. Nations such as Kitchener-Magoosup, Inanunawug, KI, and Wapakika do have jurisdiction over their homelands.
The conservation efforts by the 2 First Nations are supported by several environmental and wildlife organizations. That includes the Wildland League, which calls the area rare and globally significant. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
Mattawa First Nation has declared a state of emergency, directly blaming Indigenous Services Canada for system failures that they say are putting children's lives at risk. In a release tonight, the Chief Counsel says chronic funding delays have forced the collapse of successful social services programs designed to keep vulnerable youth and families safe. They add dozens of staff are being terminated, leaving 82 families and 53 youth without critical support by March 2026. An open letter was penned to the Minister of Indigenous Affairs calling for immediate action and the full restoration of funding. The Tribal Council represents 9 First Nations in remote Northern Ontario. The Premier announced an agreement today to accelerate the development of an all-season road to the Ring of Fire. CTV's Siobhan Morris reports.
It's the second ceremonial signing this autumn, an agreement between Martin Falls First Nation and the Ford government to accelerate construction on a road to the mineral-rich Ring of Fire.
I'm bound and determined, with the cooperation of the Chief and Council, we're going to change the young people's lives up there.
The community, more than 400 kilometers north of Thunder Bay, will receive about $40 million. Money for a community center and training.
Immediate funding for the procurement of equipment and materials that will be transported this winter road season.
There's also cash to rebuild the Martin Falls Airport terminal and pave its runway. A vital connection, since with the exception of about 6 weeks a year, it's the only way in or out.
And that has a big detriment on our health. We cannot easily jump in a car and then ride down the street to make an appointment to the doctors.
Martin Falls has to hand in its environmental assessment of the access road by February, with the cost of bringing supplies in by air soaring and the winter access road window melting away.
We are willing to overcome what's happened in the past and build our community up and find a way to prosper together.
The hope is to start construction on access roads for Martin Falls and Webequie First Nation this summer. That timeline depends on Ottawa eliminating duplicative processes. The Premier hints the Prime Minister could make an announcement on that soon.
One project, one process. He understands it. We have to move. We have to move as quickly as possible.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
A 17-year-old in Sault Ste. Marie has been charged after pointing a BB gun at another person. Around 8 p.m. last night, police were called to a disturbance on Adrian Drive where the teen got into an argument with another person and pointed a handgun at them. The police investigation revealed the weapon was a BB gun. No one was injured, but the teen is facing several weapons charges and uttering threats to cause death or bodily harm. 3 people are facing dozens of charges after police in North Bay conducted a high-risk traffic stop. Police pulled a vehicle over at Wallace Road and Commerce Crescent last night. A search of the vehicle revealed $71,000 in illicit drugs, a small amount of cash, and a loaded handgun. A 31-year-old woman and 34-year-old man from North Bay and a 63-year-old man from Trout River have been charged with trafficking, possession of a firearm, and multiple other charges. Greater Sudbury Paramedic Services is taking steps to address staffing challenges. Although it is fully staffed, 20 first responders are off right now because of occupational stress injuries. CTV's Alana Everson reports.
Greater Sudbury Deputy Chief Paul Cadwell says, like several paramedic services across Ontario, there are staffing challenges due to the impacts of the profession. He points to a study by the Ontario Association of Paramedic Chiefs.
Did a study across the province to get a sense of how many paramedics were off due to occupational stress injuries, and that number came back with on average 1 out of 10 paramedics are off due to occupational stress injuries, and that aligns with what we're seeing within our paramedic service here.
Cadwell says there are various reasons for these occupational stress injuries.
Well, it could be anything from the types of calls that they're experiencing, also just their workload that they've also experienced.
Within the service, there are currently 10 staff enrolled in the Advanced Paramedic Program at Collège Boreal.
One of the issues that we have in our service is the advanced care paramedic level. Over the past 5 years, we've seen a decrease of 18%. We have competing priorities with other agencies such as Orange and neighboring municipalities.
Greater Sudbury Paramedic Services says it attends job fairs for recruitment and is working on improving wellness for employees over the long term.
We currently have within our service, we're piloting a wellness coordinator position, which we have seen great benefits. And during the 2026 budget process, we are bringing a business case together to make that position permanent.
The service says despite 20 paramedics being off, it is fully staffed with a total of 190 part and full-time community, primary, and advanced care paramedics. The service area they cover is 3,200 square kilometers, with an average of 32,000 calls a year. Alana Everson, CTV News, Azilda.
The Nipissing District Housing Corporation says the number of landlord and tenant board disputes is on the rise. Yesterday, the corporation shared with the Social Services Administration Board the increase is largely related to unpaid rent. Staff have attended 63 hearings to date with the Landlord and Tenant Board. That's up 11 from last year. The Social Services Board says in 2025 there have been 5 evictions.
There's a responsibility on the part of tenants to be current with their rent because this is public money that we're using to basically subsidize these housings.
When tenants are behind a month in paying rent, the Housing Corporation tries to connect with them. If they can't, notices are handed out, which gives tenants 14 days to pay. With the province's Bill 60 passing recently, tenants only have a week. The federal government announced supports yesterday for the steel and lumber sectors. We have some reaction from our region tonight. Prime Minister Mark Carney is promising a 20% reduction in steel products from non-free trade agreement partners, a 50% reduction in freight rates for steel and lumber interprovincially, among other supports to bolster Canada's steel and lumber industries. The announcement has some in the North applauding the move. The Federation of Northern Ontario Municipalities President Dave Plourde writing in a statement yesterday. These measures acknowledge what Northern Ontario has long understood, that our steel and lumber sectors are national economic pillars. U.S. tariffs continue to destabilize communities across the north, and today's announcement provides needed tools to help our workers and industries adapt, compete, and grow. In Sault Ste. Marie, Mayor Matthew Shoemaker says the announcement is reassuring to community members, but doesn't solve the root problem.
I think the thing that is going to create the most support is getting a tariff deal. There is no way of sugarcoating that. That will be what provides certainty to the industry. And so that needs to be the focus.
According to the Ontario Forest Industry Association, last month the U.S. raised tariffs on lumber to 45%, threatening jobs across the country. In a news release, OFIA President and CEO Ian Dunn said these measures need to be accessible to the sector, and the urgency to get this done had never been greater. While Dunn encourages speed on these measures, he says Carney and the government have demonstrated that they will do what is necessary to protect the forest sector. A terrifying moment for an OPP officer near Wawa. This video was captured by the dash cam of a tow truck. The officer is directing traffic on Highway 17 when he suddenly runs for the ditch. The vehicle slides into the ditch behind him. Everyone was okay. This is a very clear reminder to be alert and drive according to the weather conditions. And speaking of that, we're about to head into a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, we'll have your full weather forecast. But for now, a look at current conditions around the region. So we've still got some snow falling in North Bay, Sudbury, Timiskaming Shores, Timmins, some cloudy skies in Elliott Lake and Gore Bay. Your full forecast coming up next.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, it appears, according to Environment Canada, that that major storm that hit Timmins and surrounding areas the last couple of days will come to a conclusion this evening and overnight, with just flurries in the forecast for tomorrow. Remnants of this storm leaving and heading in a southeasterly direction, but that's okay because residents have had enough to actually shovel and deal with over the course of the last 24 to 48 hours. Let's take a look now at the 7-day forecast. A lot better for most people in the Northeast. In Greater Sudbury, Nickel Belt, chance of flurries for tomorrow. Some sunshine on Saturday. Sunday, periods of snow. Monday, sunny skies and chance of flurries on Tuesday and Wednesday. Your normal should be sitting at around -2, but the temperatures are all over the road over the course of the next week or so, with some colder weather moving in. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, chance of flurries for a couple of days. Periods of snow on Sunday. Monday, chance of flurries. More of the same on Tuesday and Wednesday. Your normal this time of the year should be at around 1, but of course that's a different story in the Sault and Algoma. Timmins Cochrane Campus Casing. Snow tomorrow, a couple of centimeters. Chance of flurries on Saturday. More flurry activity Sunday. Sun and cloud Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, the chance of flurries both days. And normally, you should be sitting at around -5 for this time of the year. How about Timiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake? Chance of flurries for tomorrow. Some sun and clouds Saturday. Sunday, periods of snow. Monday, sunny skies. Tuesday and Wednesday, the chance of flurries at -5 and -6, dropping down to -16 on Thursday evening of next week. North Bay, West Nipissing, chance of flurries for tomorrow, high of -3. Some sunshine on Saturday, periods of snow on Sunday. Monday, sunny skies. Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got the chance of flurries both days at -5 and -9 on Thursday, as that temperature decides to take an about face and really affecting the area with some colder winter weather in the month of December. So here we go, Amanda. Nice variation of temperature. Our temperatures over the course of the next week or so. It's going to get colder. At least we'll get a few sunny breaks in the forecast in the Northeast, and more good news, that major storm that affected Timmins and area is finally over this evening and overnight. Back to you.
That is good news. Thanks for that, Rick. A proud alumna of Sudbury Secondary School returned today to present a charitable donation to support the arts program. She says it shaped her into the person she is today. CTV's Lindsay Alick has more.
Is going to make a donation of $1,000 to the Sudbury Secondary Arts Education Program.
Ashley Burton Rantala is one of the co-founders of the Burton Family Foundation, which aims to support arts and community. She said returning to her alma mater was really special.
It really catapulted the trajectory of my career. It gave me the confidence to pursue arts post-secondary and then to take the leap to pursue that as a career. For me, there's a full circle moment. I've been an educator here in the arts education program at Sudbury Secondary as well, so I know the magic from the inside out.
The funds were presented during a matinee performance of Grease, the school version, on Thursday. And while it may be set in the 1950s, at its core, it remains a story about teenagers trying to understand who they are.
From the minute we buy the rights to every piece that goes into creating the exceptional prop sets, stage works. There's a huge cast involved. There's 100 kids, tons of costumes, everything. So it's a really, really expensive endeavor. Worth every penny because the experience is amazing.
Downey herself was a student, then a teacher, and now serves as the school's principal.
My first musical would have been the 5th musical they did. And the legacy is amazing. These are the things that kids remember. These are the things that these alumni remember, and this is why they give back, because this is an amazing building, and it's the whole gamut from literally life-saving to providing kids the very best experience they have in high school that better prepares them for all of life skills.
Sudbury Secondary recently celebrated 40 years of the arts education program. Meantime, the community can see Grease tomorrow and Saturday with only 3 performances left. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
To some local sports now. Only one game in the OHL tonight for our northern teams. The Battalion was on the road in Peterborough taking on the Petes. North Bay took the win, taking down Peterborough 3-1. Northern College Emergency Services students are participating in a 24-hour stair climbing feat to raise money to buy Christmas gifts for children over the age of 12. CTV's Lydia Chubak has more.
6 minutes to go, 6 minutes.
These Northern College students in Timmins are reaching new heights in an effort to give local children a brighter holiday season.
Honestly, I just thought it was for a good, sorry, I'm a little out of breath. It was for a good cause, like helping children and all that, fundraising money.
Ray's one of dozens of students and teachers representing Northern College's Emergency Services program who are participating in Operation Stair Climb in support of the annual Timmins and District Victim Services Toy Drive.
So there's 4 for every 2 hours, and what they're going to do is do 15-minute shifts. And so you're going to be doing, over the 2 hours, you do a half hour. So, and it's 24 hours, and a couple people signed up more than once.
The staircase is 4 flights, and it's located in the pre-service firefighter wing used in rescue training exercises.
All 3 of these programs have very amazing faculty. We have great curriculum. The emergency services building here is second to none across the province.
The money raised during this challenging workout will buy Christmas gifts for youths over the age of 12. Lemieux says he's teaching his students that to be a police officer is also to be part of the community.
So for years we've been doing it for victim services, and we've helped hundreds of families at Christmas with toys. But what we've noticed in the past is a lot of the toys that people donate are for little ones.
So it's nice that we have an opportunity to raise money for, slightly older kids that don't have the same opportunity.
If you'd like to support this cause, visit the Northern College website where you can specifically direct your funds to the toy drive. Click on the donate button and direct your contribution to Operation Stair Climb. Collection will run until December 6th.
It's really incredible. We're going to be able to help that many more families this year.
If people would rather give toys, Lemieux says he and students will also be at the Red Apple on December 6th from 11 to 4 collecting toys. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
While you're looking for the best deals for Black Friday tomorrow, be wary of some that are looking to scam you out of your money. CTV's Pat Foran explains.
It was a phone call out of the blue from someone claiming to be from Amazon. They said there was a charge on my credit card for a new iPhone.
Your transaction page. Press 1 now to report this transaction, or 2 to authorize this order.
Thank you for reaching out to Amazon. How can I help you?
Oh, hi. I just got a call that said there's a problem with a credit card and an Amazon order.
Yes, sir. There is a purchase for iPhone 13, which cost you $749. So is that you who made that purchase?
No, I didn't do that. I didn't make that purchase.
Okay, so I believe that you like to cancel the charges.
Yeah, I want to cancel the charges. I didn't buy that phone.
Okay, now I just want you to look for the application name App Store over there, sir. APP App STORE. App Store.
You want me to go to the App Store?
Yes, open the App Store, sir.
The scammer wanted me to download an app that would allow them to take over my phone. They would have remote access to my banking, email, and basically everything on my phone.
What the hackers and the fraudsters are trying to do is to get you to download an app from the App Store that allows for remote desktop connections.
I strung the scammer along as she tried to get me to download the application. Okay, I got it open.
Tap on it and tell me what do you see on their screen.
Okay, but will that let you take over my phone?
It's an official application from where you will get connected to the Amazon security server. Once you will get connected to the server, you can cancel the charge as well as secure all the information, all right?
Well, can't you cancel it without me doing that? Eventually, she grew frustrated that I wouldn't download the app, and she hung up. Ritesh Kotek says if a scammer uses an app to gain control of your phone, they have access to everything on it.
And if fraudsters and hackers are able to gain access to it, they essentially have access to your entire life, all your transactions, and all of your data.
If you get a suspicious phone call like this, hang up and never download apps that grant access to your phone. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Giving Tuesday is right around the corner. CTV's Madison Marier explains.
Every year right after Black Friday and Cyber Monday, many people want to give back some of their savings to their communities.
There's been a lot of, studies done around the psychological benefits of giving and generosity. And I believe in one case it's referred to as the helper's high. There's a rush involved with, thinking beyond yourself and actually giving your spirit, your resources, your time, your energy to others.
This year, there are thousands of nonprofits involved with Giving Tuesday. Some even have matching donors to ensure goals are met, like Health Sciences North Foundation and Sioux Area Hospital Foundation.
This makes a huge impact in the amount that we're able to accomplish with the funds that we receive. There are so many examples of what we use when people are donating money, and a lot of them impact cancer patients.
Every dollar is matched up to that $25,000, and it's a great opportunity to get the community together and inspire giving during the holidays. There's so many different ways you can give. It's not just a donation, it's also your time, even something as little as sharing a post on Facebook or social media and talking to your friends about what's going on.
Organizations understand that sometimes making a monetary donation is challenging, but they say there are many ways to get involved.
Giving is very personal, and people give in a lot of different ways, whether it be volunteering, making donations, holding a fundraiser, acts of kindness, and so all of those things are very personal.
This Giving Tuesday, Northern hospitals are hoping to raise money for new and needed equipment. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Still ahead tonight on CTV News. Kicking off the holiday season. Details next. Finally for us tonight, the Greater Sudbury community of Isilda saw a large turnout to kick off the holiday season. Almost 100 people braved the cold and snowy conditions to watch the 3rd annual Tree of Hope tree lighting ceremony. There were festive carolers and hot chocolate, where memorial wreaths and ornaments were hung on the tree to honor loved ones who have passed away. Organizers say the event takes dozens of volunteers, and it's all about bringing light and joy to the community.
I think it's more than just the Zilda community. Basically, I think we're a neighborhood of Greater Sudbury, and one of our themes is to make Greater Sudbury greater. And if every community basically comes together and does their little thing, it makes Greater Sudbury greater. And that's what it's all about.
The tree will be lit up until the end of the month, a great show of community support. And that takes us to the end of our newscast. Thanks for watching. Good night.